There's a type of man society doesn't talk about. Not because he's weak, but because he's quiet, reliable, predictable, the one who carries everything and complains about nothing. He is the forgotten man. And if you're watching this, you already know what that feels like. Today, we're breaking down the psychology behind why you feel numb, why you've stopped expecting anything from anyone, and why your silence has become your survival. This isn't therapy. This is Dark Stoicism, the discipline forged from everything you've survived. Most men don't become numb by accident. It happens slowly. After years of being the one who fixes everything, holds everything together, and absorbs everyone else's chaos. You learn that when things fall apart, you're the one who gets the call. Not because they value you, but because they know you'll show up. And, over time, that responsibility becomes a weight. A silent one, a private one. This is the first trait of the forgotten man. You became the dependable one because you had no other choice. And dependable men rarely get checked on. They get used. There's a moment in every man's life where disappointment becomes familiar, where you realize that the people you show up for don't show up for you. So you adjust. You lower expectations. You stop asking. You stop hoping. Not out of bitterness, but out of self-preservation. This is why you feel numb. Your mind learned that expecting effort leads to pain, so it shut the door. This is classic emotional detachment. Not weakness, but a survival mechanism. Men who've been through too much don't talk about it. Not because they're emotionless, but because every time they tried, they were dismissed, minimized, or misunderstood. So you stopped explaining. You stopped opening up. You stopped giving people access to the parts of you they never earned. This silence becomes armor, and that armor becomes identity. You're not numb. You're guarded. When you've been burned enough times, you develop a sixth sense. You can spot manipulation tactics instantly. You recognize red flags before they wave. You know when someone's lying by the way they breathe. This is the psychology of the forgotten man. Experience sharpened your instincts. People call it cold, but it's not cold. It's clarity. You don't fall for the same tricks anymore. You don't chase validation. You don't get pulled into emotional games. You've seen too much. You've survived too much. And now, you're harder to fool. There was a time when you stayed too long, gave too much, tried too hard. Not anymore. Now, the moment you feel disrespected, you detach. Quietly. Completely. This is Dark Stoicism in action. No arguments. No explanations. No dramatic exit. Just distance. People don't understand it. They think you're cold. But the truth is simple. You finally learned the cost of staying where you're not valued. You're not broken. You're tired. Tired of being strong for everyone. Tired of being the emotional anchor. Tired of being the one who absorbs the impact. Your numbness is your mind saying, "I need a break." It's not depression. It's not weakness. It's overuse. You've been carrying too much for too long, and no one noticed. That's what makes you the forgotten man. Here's the truth most men never hear. Your numbness can become your greatest strength if you channel it. Because numbness is just detachment without direction. But when you add discipline, it becomes emotional control. When you add purpose, it becomes focus. When you add boundaries, it becomes power. This is the transformation. You stop being the forgotten man and become the untouchable man. A man who doesn't react to manipulation, doesn't chase validation, doesn't tolerate disrespect, doesn't explain himself, doesn't break under pressure. A man who moves with calm, silent authority. This is Dark Stoicism. This is your rebirth. If this spoke to you, it's because you've carried more than anyone knows. But you're not alone, and you're not done. You're entering a new phase of your life. Detachment, discipline, power. Watch the next video in the playlist. It's time to rebuild yourself with intention, not obligation. Welcome to Detached Psych. Your training starts now.